Erickson was born without very many things in his favor. His life, things didn't quite go very much in his favor. He was colorblind, he was tone deaf. He had a peculiar form of, we call it dyslexia, where he didn't know, this is true, Erickson did not know that the encyclopedia was alphabetized until he was about 16. Sorry, the dictionary. So if he wanted to look up a word, he'd start on page 1 and start trying to find the word. And he said, at a certain age, when he was like about 16, all of a sudden it was like, and all these kids, used to make fun of him. They called him, his nickname when he was a kid was Dictionary, because he always had a dictionary, because he's always took him a long time to find everything. And he said when he was about 16, all of a sudden it was almost like this light came on and everything in the world got brighter, and he suddenly realized that it was alphabetized. And he thanked his unconscious, for making it possible for him to learn so much through that disability, because he said he learned a lot more, and it was probably part of some of his own gift that he had done that. When he was 17, he got polio. The doctors told his mother he would never walk again. A little bit later, it got worse. It got so bad he could not move anything. He was completely paralyzed. There was nothing he could move. And the doctor told his mother that he was dying and probably would not live to the next morning. So now you're 17 years old, and you overhear the doctor telling your mother this, and you cannot move, right? You can't speak, you can't write, you can't do anything. So what does Erickson do? Well, actually what he did was, thinking about this notion of life force, translated through him, he tried to find, is there any place that this channel is open? And he spent hours, he just went over every part of his body trying to find, can I move anything? And he finally found he could move his eyes a little bit, his eyelid. So now then, it took him another couple of hours when his mother would come by to try to get her attention. And of course, it's a tremendous effort. He'd have to put, the whole life force of him was just coming through this one little piece of the channel. Finally, he got her attention, that she was alive in there, that he wasn't, because the doctor was saying he's basically a vegetable, and he's dead, he's basically brain dead and is now going to die. So, finally gets her attention that he's alive in there, and then it takes another immense length of time to work out a signal system with her, so to communicate. And all of this effort, hours of effort, was to communicate to her one thing that he wanted her to do. And that was to turn his bed towards the window so he could watch the sun come up the next day. So, now here's somebody who is the opposite of an Anthony Robbins type. He's not big, he's not powerful, he's crippled. Now, Erickson, of course, did slowly recover. He had polio again. So he was colorblind. The only color you could see is purple, so he wore these purple pajamas all the time. But, it's this capacity of bringing something out, bringing it to life. When I think of Erickson, I often think of that line from the Yeats poem, Sailing to Byzantium, where he says, an aged man is but a paltry thing, a tattered coat upon a stick, unless soul come and sing, and clap its hands and sing, and louder sing for every tatter in his mortal dress. So I often see, when Erickson, we go down to see Erickson, his wife Betty would wheel him in. Here's this old guy in a wheelchair. He'd come in wearing purple pajamas, couldn't even move one of his arms, he'd have to move it with his other hand. And out like that, and suddenly it'd be like a soul would come and clap its hands and sing. And this tattered old coat on a stick, would suddenly come alive, and you would never feel more alive yourself. You would feel